Selma, what are you doing? You said you weren't coming. Selma's on here.
No, I said I'm coming.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear? Everybody thought you weren't coming. Okay.
No, I'm coming.
Sorry. Okay, that's why we
Yeah.
were off the night. See you later. Uh,
It's fine.
so hi. Glad that you're here.
Hi. Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and spotlight. We should have a good amount of people here.
Mhm.
Hoping, and of course, that's why we offer the replay. Salma, how late do you usually stay up?
Coffee, a lot of coffee.
And how late though do you usually stay up?
It depends if I'm having, let's say, like today, tomorrow is my day off, usually till 12 or 1 p.m.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 a.m. Yeah.
What
So it depends actually. Besides, today I finished my work very early, so I get some sleep.
Good.
That helps a lot, yeah.
So you do that.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Does that have anything to do with, like, do you do other workshops and stuff that are given, you know, at the given at this time with like, or thanks.
No, I'm not.
Let's see, what should we use? A purple. Oh, I gotta play the song. The hype, the get us pumped up song. The stars above, without it, look inside your heart and I look inside mine. Things look so bad everywhere. In the whole world is scared. We walk the line and try to see, falling behind. What could be? Hi, Donna. Glad that you're here. Is this the right way? Can you read that normal? Some okay. It's not flipped, right? Okay. Okay, everybody, welcome to our workshop on workshops, which you thought was funny, which it is funny. So how's everybody doing? Donna, I'm so glad you could be here. It's good to see you. Unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself.
or you can put it in the chat. Actually, I need to put in the chat right now in case anybody else comes and needs it. The link to our
Aha, I figured it out.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing? It's so good to see you and be communicating with you.
Good to see you.
I'm so glad you could be here. You joined a long time ago. When did you join?
Like a very long time ago.
Well, I'm so glad. I mean, that's just what I'm always so excited about, the fact that you are, all of the graduates are still coming. I mean, well, you're not graduated yet. We're getting you there.
I'm getting there, yes.
Getting you there. or that the teachers that joined
Yes.
can be here. So okay, I'm gonna copy the link. I'm gonna pop this in the chat so that when people come, they can edit. This is the Hey, so I am here at YB Fit Studio in Las Vegas. There's the YB Fit. Can I turn the camera to you guys real quick? And and we have a in-person audience here. That's Elena and Yvette. Yvette is the owner of the studio here. Elena works here at the studio. They both just graduated today. Well, they graduated the last couple of months, and we celebrated today. And Yvette is kind enough to allow us to use her studio to do this at. And in exchange, they get to be here in person. So okay, so do both of you have the worksheet? Okay, yeah, perfect. So this is going to be a lot of brainstorming, writing. We'll do movement if you want to. I've booked out 2 hours, so it's like an hour and 50 minutes now. And the goal is that by the end of this 2 hours that you will have a plan to go and execute to give a workshop in your community, ideally. I know, Elena, this is something that you're very interested in, so I will help you the best that I can to have you leave here feeling like you can do something, and then of course you can get my help otherwise beyond. So okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The main thing we want to focus on is your why, because if you don't even know why you're doing something, then it's hard to keep it going when the excitement fizzles out. Let me just put it like that. So we want to know why. So main thing you want to do is let go of perfection when we're thinking about what we're about to do. On the bottom of every page, I have you only need to be 1 chapter ahead of the clients you are working with. Okay, so continue to remember that. So what is your story? Why are you creating, or why do you create this workshop that maybe you have in an idea in your head? So does anybody want to share either a part of their story of why? Hi, Rachel, good to see you here. They want to create the kind of workshop that they want to create. You want to share? You don't have to come over here. Just
I think just letting women, because I wanted to do like a free perinatal Pilates workshop.
Okay.
To just show women like what they're fully capable of. Like women who aren't yet into movement are scared to do a lot while pregnant, when you're still doing so much on a daily basis while pregnant, like picking up things, moving things, just like easy education.
Okay. Okay. So did you write that down, what your story is? So go ahead and write on your paper or somewhere, if you're not using paper, like on your computer, wherever, why do you want to create this workshop? And what's powerful in this is a piece of your story. So is there anything that you experienced, whether personally or a family member or a friend or whoever, experienced something and so, or a client, you feel like your community needs to have this workshop? And then next, we're gonna start to brainstorm what the actual workshop even is going to be. So let me just break this down so that you know what we're doing today. So right now, the next like 30 minutes is going to, well, probably like more 45 minutes to an hour, actually. We're gonna work on the planning, okay? Planning is the most important thing we can do. If you're familiar with Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, begin with the end in mind. Have you heard this? Begin with the end in mind. So it's the first thing to do anything, to create anything, is what is the end result? What do you picture being the end result? What do you picture? Do you picture it being in a studio? Where do you picture it being? Are you going to do it online? Maybe. Are you going to do it in a library? Maybe like you rent out one of those spaces in a library. I've thought about that before. So that's where we want to go with this, is what is the end result that you want? So you can just kind of jot that down where around like why you're creating this workshop. So theme brainstorm, here we go. So now we're here. What type of client and in what phase? So this is anywhere early pregnancy, 3rd trimester, post, anything specific. Do you love teaching? So that's the important part, is what in the perinatal population, what part of that population do you love teaching? And it's okay if you say the whole, you know, just pre and postnatal. Maybe if you do say perinatal, a little more specific of perinatal women that, and maybe a problem that they're dealing with. And if you want to, actually, let's go ahead. This is what we'll do as far as sharing. Yeah, so we'll just go through all 4 of these questions, and then if anybody wants to share, you can put it in the chat or just unmute, or you guys can share, Yvette and Elena, what your answers are, what your ideas are. So we have type of client and who you love teaching, what phase. Here's the next one, is what topic are you naturally drawn to, or what lights you up? So what if this isn't even related to pre and postnatal? What if you just thought, what do you like to teach? Like, what do you like to teach? What lights you up as far as teaching? Would say that again? Injury rehab? Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So Yvette is injury rehab. What topic do you love teaching?
Feel like core,
Okay.
definitely trying to get them like deeper into that core.
Okay.
I find that control,
Okay. All right, I'm trying to find it. Okay.
but I guess with special pop, I don't have like. I guess maybe perinatals, but definitely in general, getting everyone to connect to their core. Okay. Yeah, you have other pins.
Cool. Thank you. Oh, cool. I have a pen. So I'm gonna, oh, real quick. So the name of the workshop is to give workshops with impact. So we always want to remember as we're going through this, what impact even means. So integrity, we have integrity in what we do. What is the motivation? That's part of the story, right? That we have patience with ourselves, mainly. Awareness. So just awareness of, in this case, what are you feeling? What are you going to start to think about that maybe scares you about doing a workshop? And then that's where courage comes in, is doing it anyway. And then trusting yourself. And we're going to work on this a lot, is like trusting what you can come up with. And I talk about this through the whole course. Taking an exercise that I show you or you've learned somewhere else and making it your own, and trusting that you are able to teach this and that people are going to get value from it. So I'm going to write some of these answers down because I want to use them as examples. Okay, so we've got the client and topic. So that, I'll just put a Y. And you said injury rehab? Oh, client. Did you say client? What kind of clients? Is that the kind of client? Like, okay. So just in general is injury rehab. Okay. And then did you say a certain perinatal? And then core. All right. So that is the type of client that you love working with. And then the topic you're naturally drawn to, or what lights you up. The next is, what does this client, specific to this, struggle with the most? And the way you can figure this out is, if you have been that client, if you've been that person and experienced these issues, what was it that you dealt with the most? What is it that clients in these areas, what do they complain about? What are you finding yourself always working on with them? So think about that for a minute, and jot some things down, and then go ahead and share anything that any struggles. Donna and Selma, Rachel too, if you're participating, Rachel, if you guys want to pop in the chat your answers, I'll put them down here, and then it will help with what we're going to do next after we get all this information. So we got client plus the topic plus the struggle plus, okay, and then another way you can think about this with struggle, going a step further, is what do you think is needed in your town? What's needed in the studio, the online, or maybe it's the online space if you're doing them online. So struggle, and then need. Okay, so those are the questions. Once you have answers, I'm gonna make all this smaller. Cool. All right, Rachel, postpartum. Thank you, Rachel. Oh, yeah, Rachel also is a graduate, and she also joined Business by Design this year. And she's starting to develop a online program for postpartum. So she's getting very specific on this, which is very important. Rediscovering a strong body, core mental health. Okay, Yvette, injury and rehab, what do they struggle with?
Staying positive and a lot of them compensate addiction.
Ooh, that's good. And then compensation. Right, Elena.
From the people I've helped with during, especially pregnancy, it's nothing more of a mental thing. It's like the strength is there, it's more of
Oh.
like the comparison of like their old self.
Ooh, okay.
So that's the main struggle I've noticed.
So, what should, how do you say this? Pre-baby,
Yeah, pre-pregnancy.
pre-pregnancy,
Yeah. Comparisons.
self-comparison. Is it, their self?
Yeah, definitely their self.
Okay. Okay, and then, what else? What kind of, I know struggle and need are kind of linked together. So if this was the case, if the topic, what would be the need for that?
The reassurance.
All right. And then- let's see. Okay. Honor and self. Handle. Right, not to use so many words. Pain. Oh, good, okay. Oh, that's good. Hold on. No, ampersand comments. And there's no programs available. And studios turn women away. Okay, and then let's go. Okay. Prenatal, say so prenatal, deep pelvic floor issues, DRA and weight loss and postpartum collaboration between different specialists to help clients. Ooh, I like that. So with everybody else's answers, the idea, if you can read my writing, is to help it, the reason I'm putting this here is so that you can see these and start to get ideas for yourself as well. Okay, so. you- Weight loss postpartum. See, like, this is a really good one, that the need is a collaboration between different specialists. And I shared a specialist, I think I only did this. I don't know if I only did this in the Instagram group and in the, I'll put it in the course because it's not in there yet, but I did share a document that helps you, it's basically guidelines on how to approach other professionals, OBGYNs, physical therapists, stuff like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and read through these, and then what we're going to do next is going to pull it all together, and you're going to create a transformational statement. Okay, so you got Yvette is client topic injury rehab. Their struggle is staying positive while they're going through the rehab, right? And then they tend to compensate with different body parts. So, Yvette, I want you to think, start thinking about what then would they need in the sense of, like, what would you do a workshop on, kind of? Okay. For staying positive and compensating with different body parts. Okay, Elena, perinatal is the client. Topic is core, deep core work. The struggle is that a lot of women, they compare themselves how they were before pregnancy. So it's really a mental thing. And because she says they have the strength, but so it's really, they just need the reassurance. And so you see this, this is where this biopsychosocial comes in. It's so important. And what makes what I'm trying to teach here and what you guys are offering different than let's just teach a bunch of exercises and make sure that everybody's doing it correctly. It goes beyond that. And that's why, because so much of it is mental. Do you see the connection? Staying positive, the reassurance, mental reassurance. And then Rachel's client is postpartum. Topic is strong body, core, mental health. Sorry, didn't continue. Rediscovering their self, basically. I don't know if that's spelled right or not. Okay, Donna is her client type is prenatal. The topic and struggle is pain in the body. The need is that there's no programs where she is, and studios turn women away. That's a huge problem. Huge problem. So, and then Selma is for prenatal. They need deep pelvic. They have pelvic floor issues, diastasis recti. Postnatal is weight loss. One thing, Salma, that was interesting to me that Shahad was sharing is just how superficial that people can be. So she was sharing about her postpartum journey and how she felt very judged, that she wasn't like losing weight at a certain time, and that was a big deal. Like that people, is that, yeah, that was interesting to me. That it's just, the point is it's everywhere. Like, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. That's always a thing. And then, the need is to collaborate with specialists so that you guys can work together with specialists. Okay, so now we're gonna take this, and if you go to the next page, we're gonna take this information and we're gonna plug it in to what we call the promise. So inside the program, and Rachel, you know this, you'll get to know this well. And if those of you that have done the bonus business section, the 7 ingredients of the irresistible offer, it's in the business, it's in the bonus section in the academy, under the business. I think it says business bonus section. There is, what I teach is, it's James Wedmore 7 ingredients of how to create an offer that people cannot say no to. What he calls it a no-brainer. You have to make it a no-brainer offer. So what you start with is, what is the promise? And so that's why knowing all of this ahead of time is really important. So the goal here is to develop the transformation that your ideal client will experience as a result of taking your workshop. So I'm going to take a picture of this. So I have it. Okay, so make sure you have your stuff written down. Should have brought mine. I gotta get some more of those stickies where I can just like save everything. Okay, so because I'm gonna erase this and I don't know if I'm gonna remember, so just you're gonna tell me we're gonna do each one of these. Okay, and you tell me. Huh? You want it as well? That's okay. I think it's okay. Thank you. Okay, so now we're doing the promise. Here is the formula. Actually, I'm gonna erase this for now. So, I'm gonna put the formula up here. It's right there in your, right there on the worksheet, the formula. So here's the template, the formula. And I'll tell you first. So the example is, this is for, and my example down here is busy moms with a baby in tow who want to regain core confidence after birth so they can be the mom they want to be without pain. Okay, so here is the template. This is for. Now, again, the language, we can like change this up for it to be more like on brand for you or whatever, but this is just your basic first draft here. So this is for, and then type. And maybe you want to play with a whole bunch of different ones, you know? So, but this is how you plug it in. Here's your client. And what do they want? What do they want to do, feel, or learn? So this is the topic. So this goes along with the topic, okay? So they can, and this is the, basically the need or opposite of the struggle. So real life benefit. So it means you want to have something tangible. So it's really easy to be general, like they want to have confidence. So instead, you have to think about like what is tangible that they would be experiencing specific to your client, okay? And then without, and this is the struggle or the like what they're dealing with. Okay, so now with that, does anybody have theirs that you want to share? Do you guys write yours out and then, and if you need help? So the reason why it's not obvious, this is so important is, again, this is the begin with the end in mind. So you have to know what problem you're solving, okay, the problem that they're dealing with. And what is going to be the outcome, the transformation. We talk about this in the sense of if we're talking about free, then when we were going to go through all of that about charging or not charging, all of that and the kind of content you want to do, but you want to be calling in a type of your specific client. Okay. So who has one they want to share? Or do you need help? Does anybody need help? You got it? Okay, so what's yours?
So I said, this is for the moms who want to relearn their bodies so they could find their strength again without self-doubt.
Want to say it again?
Relearn their bodies.
Relearn their bodies, okay. Okay. So they can
Find their strength again.
without,
Self-doubt.
right. Okay. Great. Okay. This is for moms who want to relearn their bodies so they can find strength again without doubting themselves. Maybe it would be a better. That way it's more speaking to them. Right. So let's go a little bit deeper with this one. What is that? How else could you say that?
They connecting with their bodies.
Okay, yeah. How can you make it more specific to your topic of the core?
Connect to their core.
Tell me the second one again, after relearn your body, you said.
Connecting with themselves, connect to their core.
And you could even do a play on words with this. Like, yeah, physically the core, but also like the core
Core,
of
yeah.
who they are. Yeah, love that. Okay, so you could say physically, mentally, emotionally,
Yeah.
you could add something like that. So they can find strength again. Okay, what type of strength are they looking for?
All around.
For like, what is important to them in their life? In their life, like what is okay, just take you as an example.
Okay.
What is important to you? Why was finding connecting to your core and finding your strength again? What specifically, if somebody had a camera and was videoing the outcome?
Just, I definitely think it made motherhood easier.
Okay. So you can emphasize or be more specific with that by first draft, so. Okay. So they can make motherhood easier without doubting themselves. What kind of doubts do they have?
For instance, one of the ladies I'm working with, this is her third pregnancy. And she's noticing like huge differences in her body in this pregnancy compared to her other ones. Like, she was telling me she had more confidence in the last two pregnancies, like, okay, like I'm still working out, so, labor is gonna be easier, I'm gonna feel great, like easier, faster after the pregnancy. And this one, she's just, mentally, she's like, I don't know. She was like, I can't work out that much this pregnancy. There's a lot of self-doubt in her head. And I was like, you're already bossed up 2 pregnancies.
There you go,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know why. It's like, so it's a lot of like uplifting her and showing her that she's went through 2 natural births. Like, you could do anything.
So she's doubting her ability to,
Especially with her core. So, right after her uterus became more abundant, like, mid-second trimester, we were doing all this core workout and then, she popped and literally that week, I think I told you about that.
Yes, you
Literally
did.
that week, she felt like even toe taps were just so like a struggle to her. This was her first time really doming with core exercise compared to her last 2 pregnancies. So it was just more of a mental thing and, yeah, I just had to kind of mentally guide her through all the things she's done with her last 2 pregnancies and postpartum and. Sciatic was like,
you have sciatic, I have it too. You have it in your left leg or your right?
yeah, my right leg.
Why don't you get a ball? That'll probably feel better, won't it? Yeah, I have that too now after so many years. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so. Okay, thank you, Salma. Okay, so Salma's this is for women who want to connect with their body, the pelvic area, so that they can heal and recover from incontinence or pelvic organ prolapse without feeling ashamed. Great, that's great. Wonderful. Okay, so everybody kind of has this idea of what we're doing here, knowing who you are going to be speaking to in the promotion and what the problem you're going to be solving, basically. So, okay, so take a picture of this. Okay, so if anybody has questions about that, just put it on the side. If you're not 100% clear yet, as we keep going, usually things become more clear as we keep going, okay? Yvette, did you want to share yours or you could? Okay, what is yours?
I didn't really pick. I didn't say this is for, because I didn't really want to say in.
Okay.
I
Okay.
know, we're going to figure out a better way to say that.
Okay,
This is for whoever, who wants
well, here's the
to-
question. So let's challenge this for a minute. For whoever. So who tends to be your client?
Well, I have,
Like a mix of everybody. Are they I mean, is it like from like senior citizens to athletes to,
yeah, I have a range of everyone, like.
who do you
recently,
like working with the most?
I honestly don't, like, as long as they wanna work.
Okay, that's good. That's a good one. For like not lazy people,
Yeah.
basically.
Motivated.
Yeah, for people that are motivated, like that's important.
I mean, yeah.
Because you don't want somebody coming to the workshop, and maybe you do, but you know, here's the thing is that's why it's so important, like you like working with this population. So you have people that are injured, and you know how it is where when people are injured, sometimes they love to take that on as an identity and they don't really want to get better. You know, they call it my, you know, this and my that and this. And this is one of the language things, you know, we talk about. And so, yeah, maybe you don't want people that basically are using their pain as an excuse to not do this or that. Maybe you want people that actually want to recover.
Mhm.
So in that case, yeah, what would you call them? Motivated. Like this is for people who are, you could even say people with pain or a recent injury. That's how, you know, why you want to be specific is like who have been injured in the last year or and haven't been able to, you know, recover, who are motivated to and so this is so motivated to get better or however you want to say that. That's your client, motivated people. So they can, and then Yeah.
They want to build back strength and range of motion and rehab injuries.
say that again.
They want to build back strength
Strength.
and range of motion and rehab injuries so they can have an improved quality of life and movement without pain.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. So does everybody kind of get this idea? It's in your worksheet. So let's go on to, okay, so your title then. So let's come up with a title. So your title, this promise is kind of like your subtitle or your like description. So this is where ChatGPT can come in, is to help come up with some titles. So with what you have, let's just, if you have your, if you have the ability to, I'm going to use my phone for you guys, but if any of you have the ability to have your ChatGPT come up, it's fun to get ideas. So, okay, so let me actually just, how about I share? Hold on, guys. I'm going to share my ChatGPT so you guys can see me doing this. So you have an idea of what to do. Should I spend time doing this? I spend too much time doing stuff maybe I shouldn't be doing, but I think this is important. So I am training my ChatGPT to pull from our curriculum, and I'll make sure and there we go. Okay, I'll make sure and share the link with you guys afterwards. But this is basically what we do. Okay, we're gonna go. Ask go. So Elena, let's use your example. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna put, help me come up with a short specific title for workshop on a workshop with the following promise. Okay, tell me your promise again. Yeah, Elena.
Connecting with your core again.
Yeah, the whole thing. So this is for, oh, that's okay. Just so this is for
The mom.
moms who,
Find their strength again. Without that.
so let's see what ChatGPT says. Okay, so we got confidence focused. Here's several short specific workshop titles. Confidence focused, strong again without second guessing, core confidence for moms, feel strong, trust your body, strength without self-doubt. We have reconnection things. Reconnect to your core, reclaim your strength, core and confidence reboot, from disconnected to empowered. Here's a gentle yet powerful. Strength starts from within. Core revival for moms. That's kind of fun. That was cool, and I like that one. Soft strength, steady confidence. Okay, here's a, should we use Pilates references? You want to use Pilates or references to postpartum directly? Okay. And do you like, actually, I'm actually going to tell it also, try some alliterations. Never spell that right. Alliterations. I say alliterations and rhyming. I love doing this. I can do this for hours. It's so fun. The stuff it comes up with, it's so funny. Okay. Alliteration. Okay. Postpartum Pilates and power. So alliteration is just where it has the same like first letter. Pilates for postpartum power. Core confidence and connection. Postpartum Pilates from fear to firmness. That's kind of cool. Pilates for postpartum poise. Pilates Empower, postpartum edition, reconnect, realign, rebuild. Here's a rhyming one. Strong, not wrong. Postpartum Pilates. That's kind of funny. Realign and redefine. Postpartum Pilates. Feel the core, doubt no more. Restore your core, feel strong once more. Strength you'll trust, no more dust. Breathe, believe, and rebuild. I guess breathe and believe kind of rhyme. Pilates to rebuild your postpartum power. Postpartum Pilates for core and confidence, strong and sure, a postpartum Pilates workshop. So anyway, so this is an example of what you can do to come up with a catchy title. And then the promise would be the subtitle. Just for fun, let's do yours, because I want to try to play with yours a little bit. So I'm going to do Yvette's, because if this isn't specific to, and I actually have, I think you saw, I have examples of workshops for all populations ideas. So that's, you know, so if you don't want to do pre or postnatal specific. So let's come up with ideas, titles for following. Okay, what is yours again? This. Okay. food. Okay, so simple ones, restore and rebuild. And then obviously you would have the tagline or the promise, powerful progress and pain relief. Move more, hurt less. It's very simple. Like, I love the specificity, you know, it's just like resilient recovery and range. I guess somebody like movement, like athletes might understand that one with range. Strength, stretch, and stability, freedom through functional flow, from pain to gain, rebuild to feel real good, heal to feel, range without the pain. That's kind of cool. Train to regain, rebuild rebuild your body, restore your life, movement without limits, stronger, freer, pain-free, back to strong, back to life, strength and mobility without the setbacks. So this just kind of gives you some ideas. So use it sparingly as your first draft. Let's go ahead and move on now to our next piece. Okay, now we're going to actually start to make your workshop outline. And we're going to start with some pretty easy ones. So basically, do you want it to be free or do you want it paid? And in the handouts, if you're looking at it online, there's a link to the free versus paid decision-making guide. I don't want to spend too much time on that, but it's there for you to make that decision. And then, is it going to be in person or online? Where would you want it to be? Workshop length. So do you want it to be real short, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, 2 hours? You want it to be like a whole day thing? Date and time. So at the end of the workshop, I'm going to challenge you guys to make a tentative date and time to start working towards, to actually follow through with this. Okay, and then mat, props, reformer, or other equipment. What are you thinking? And then this is where we start to have some fun in planning. Will this include journaling, partner work, handouts, props? So I'm going to give you some time to just kind of brainstorm on that, okay? So we're on the bottom of page 2 into page 3. You doing free or paid, in person or online? How long do you want it to be? And again, this is not all set in stone. So just, you know, this is just getting ideas here. You think you want to do mat and props, reformer, or other equipment? And if you start to overthink it, always go with just what comes to you first. And then if you're really overthinking it, literally get a coin and like give yourself 2 decisions and then flip a coin, and whatever it lands on, that's what you go with. And then this is the fun part, is like, what do you like? You want to include journaling, like what we're doing here? Do you want it to be where your attendees are writing anything out, or are they sharing? Are you going to be having like share time where you're actually sharing with each other for community? Maybe there's partner work. Will you have handouts like this? What kind of props? So just like as an example, in the Pregnancy Pilates Impact workshops I've done in the past, you know, we've always got like a pelvis or the skeleton. For the resilient pelvic floor, I had the flowers to help people visualize and see in their senses. I think it was about the difference between flowers and the way flowers smell versus garbage, and how those two pictures easily, how easily it is, we can change our state by going from thinking about one thing like garbage to going to something like flowers and how they smell and how they look. So that's an example. And we're going to go through more ideas like that. Okay. So all of that those are kind of like your, specifics. And as you start to do now like a session flow and how do you want it to go, those types of things can be plugged in. Okay. So let's look at now the workshop outline. So also on your worksheet, if you're looking at it online, I've got workshop sample session guide for pre and postnatal, and we've got workshop sample session guide for other populations with ideas. So the first idea for the session flow is you can go ahead and follow the 5-step planning formula that Pregnancy Pilates Impact has in chapter 8. If you want a structured way to go through things. The other thing is like, is it going to be how much movement? Okay. So movement versus teaching. Or like education. I mean, obviously you can put that together, but with like the writing exercises. So let's use an example, Elena. So what are you thinking as far as how much time?
I was thinking about like 90 minutes.
Okay. So we'll do an example. 90 minutes. Okay. So just kind of tell me what you are thinking as far as like what you want to do.
So definitely education with breathing, with your core, pelvic floor. But I think I told you about the journaling that I wanted to implement with one-on-one clients of just like, letting out any emotions just that don't serve you right now, let it out of your body before you start moving.
Oh, I love that.
So I think that would just be like a fun thing to do for the women to do in a workshop, is to just like release any emotions that don't serve them for that time.
Love that.
And then I did like the handouts idea that you had, to just like give out handouts of simple movements they could lead with them, after the workshop.
So, and that, when we get to the offer portion of this, which I actually don't, I'm not going to teach today a lot of it because it's pretty involved, but when you're actually creating this and ready to do the actual offer, even though it's free, you still want people, to buy in. That will be under the bundles and bonuses. Is the handout. You'll leave with a handout with, extra, whatever it is that you'll do. Yeah. Participants, okay. What else? Did you think of any props? Do you?
I would probably do no props, so like they could learn how to move without having to buy anything.
Love that, okay.
But one of the things my husband was saying is when I do get those one-on-one clients, it might be great to give them a little bundle for their first time with like a ball and the magic circle, because you can find them for fairly cheap, like nice ones, like those bundles, just for like a welcoming gift. Like,
Yes.
oh, you're gonna start your journey with me. Here's props that you can now use at home, or you could just bring your own personal ones to like the space I have, so stuff like that. But yeah, so I wanted to do, like, if I would do a workshop, it would be education and then showing them like a little flow that they could do anywhere, Like I want it to be more educational, like moving their body without anything, like, oh, you're on vacation, oh,
I love
you're
that.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so, actually, I'll show you that, so, movement, like, they can do it anywhere, and I like the specificity, so, where do you get, where have you gotten the most out of just knowing these ways to move in your everyday life? So like, on vacation, what are you doing on vacation where you actually are starting to use these things? Or just at home, you know, watching your son, being a mom, being a wife. What specifically, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're taking a shower, what are some times that you specifically have used the techniques that you'll be teaching in your own life?
Okay, so like when I learned deep core breathing, my personal whoever was training, my personal trainer was literally telling me to do the breathing everywhere, just so it becomes
Right.
natural. So like, and I still catch myself doing, especially driving. It's just like an automatic thing for me. Like I'll just, especially at stop signs, because she's like, oh, when you're at a red light, you know, this is your time to pause, like get in tune with that breathing. And I still do that. I catch myself doing it.
Good.
So I guess times like that, like these random moments.
Anywhere, yeah. So being specific, like, so that would be like a cool handout. Like where to do it. you know,
Yeah.
In the car, is an example. So. Okay, so if we had to put this in 90 minutes, then. How much of each do you see? So you thought about like doing your journaling first, maybe? Or are you thinking about doing that for,
Like I would do the middle, like I think I would
Okay.
start with like, education. And
okay,
then give like a 5 to 10 minute journaling section, and then, so I was thinking like 45, like. 45
Okay.
minutes of education and a little bit of journaling, and then 45 minutes of movement,
oh, I love that, okay, yeah, super simple.
yeah.
Say that one more time.
45 minutes of education and journaling, 45 minutes of movement. Cause I feel like showing them a quick 45-minute flow will kind of show them like, oh, like you could squeeze this in at any point. It doesn't take a long time. It's not like this whole hour or over hour thing. Cause I think that's another mental thing, especially with moms with a bunch of kids. Like, when will I have time to even do
Yeah.
this?
Mhm.
So showing them like a quick and easy flow will take that like stress away. Like, oh, I can't even like do this often, you know, like
Yeah.
something like that.
Yes. Love that, yes, so that they can do anywhere.
Yeah.
Love it. What about the community aspect of it? Do you see them like, I mean, obviously they talk to each other maybe, but these days, I don't know, people are like, don't talk
Yeah.
as much. It's so easy to like, just go on your phone or whatever. Do you like, what do you envision? I mean, I'm sure you've visualized this,
Yeah.
right? So like, what have you envisioned happening, like before, after?
I'm just like so open to it, but I guess maybe like leaving space for after everything is done, if anyone wants to
Just hang
talk
out,
and hang
questions?
Yeah.
Good, yeah, I like that. So, so that would be cool, actually, to make it like, yeah, you could even do like hour and 15 minutes. I mean, tell them it's 90
Yeah.
minutes, but only have
Yeah.
that 1 hour and 15 so that you have that space. So that people aren't like ready to go as soon
Yeah.
as you're done,
Mhm.
kind of keeping that open, open for community stuff. Sharing. I mean, that's the biggest part of this. So one of the things that I think is really interesting about people is people need people, even if like you're tired or you don't feel like communicating, or like when people go through depression. You don't feel like talking to people. But research has shown that you actually don't need to be talking to anyone, just being in the same environment with people is super powerful. Just the energy that you're getting off of people. We are social beings. So while it might exhaust some people to be very social, they don't necessarily have to be. Just that idea of being in person is so powerful. Okay, good. So do you want to what else do we want to do to get you where would you have it? What were you thinking about?
So I live, do you know where Cadence is in Henderson at all?
A little bit, yeah.
There's like an open park.
Nice,
So, and
okay.
it's in the middle of a bunch of houses. So like a bunch of houses are like looking at the park.
Cool.
So I was thinking either Cadence or even in my neighborhood,
Okay,
there's a bunch of moms and I was gonna be, yeah.
that's so fun.
Yeah.
I've always thought about doing that too. I have this really nice, well, I used to, I don't not anymore. This really nice park right across the street from where I lived, and I always thought about that, but I just never did. And you know, it's just it's a matter of like I'll tell you, like does this kind of stuff, do you enjoy doing this kind of stuff, like planning this and getting people to come? Do you enjoy that part of it? Yeah, I don't either. And that's why
I have anxiety right now just thinking about this.
good. Okay, well, that's good, because that's what we'll lean back into. Because I mean, this is kind of the easy part if we're
Yeah.
if we're not if we're being honest, right?
Yeah.
It's like, you know what to do. It's a matter of actually doing it. That's yeah. So we're gonna go to that next. But I'm the same way.
Yeah.
And so it's a matter of like, yeah, that's why one of the reasons I wanted to do this workshop, because everybody talks about, yeah, that would be really cool and fun to do that. But to actually follow through and do it, it's just exhausting, like to do all the planning. That's one of the reasons I have an online business instead of a studio, because it's a lot of work, like to have all of that. So we would have to, managing energy. So nothing, getting help, getting somebody to help you do the planning, do the inviting, that type of a thing. So you're not doing it all your own. It's just difficult. Okay. So, how's everybody doing over here in the chat? Okay. So Salma, thank you. So, start with a couple of free workshops, then paid ones. Prefer in person for 60 minutes on the reformer. Cool. Offer handouts and props. Great. Love it. Love it. Okay. So let's then now go to promotion. What time is it? 2:13. So we got about 45 minutes. Promote is not very long. Then we have present, which again is going to be the most difficult part of all of this. It's the whole public speaking, being in front of people. It's one thing to, teach privates. It's another when you're, up in front of people and as the expert, sharing. But I'll tell you the worst part of it, I'm sure you've all experienced, the worst part of it is thinking about it. Because once you're there doing it, you have a good time, right? Like when you're teaching. So, this is a perfect example. Like, I mean, I still get nervous when I do this stuff. But when I'm here, I've done it enough to know when I'm here and I enjoy doing it. It's always, you always have the thoughts of like, I hope what I'm doing is helpful. Is this helpful, by the way? I'm hoping this is helpful. And getting that feedback. But again, the only way is by doing it. Action creates clarity. And what's super cool is once you do it once, you have the framework, do it again, do it like every month, do it every other week. You know what I mean? Do it, get something. This is something that I am not good at, and I'm working on getting better, is create something and continue to do it. So you refine it and get better at it. And, pretty soon you'll have the whole park full of women. People will be wanting to come to, you know what I mean? It's just like, there's so much potential, but it's a matter of getting past whatever that whatever it is that's holding you back. So let's just talk about that real quick. Like, when you say you're getting anxiety just thinking about it, what is it that is like, first comes to your head of where that anxiety is coming from?
Like what gives me the most anxiety?
Yeah.
Is honestly, I think a bunch of people actually showing up. Like a bunch of people like now looking to me,
Okay. So-
and like I want that, but then just thinking of like, I don't know, more than 5 eyes, set of eyes looking at me. I think here it's like, 5 people max, like that's great. But having more than that is a type of anxiety I don't want to have anymore.
You'll always have it.
Yeah,
Sure, it's just a
great.
matter.
Love to know that. Yeah,
I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
But they were, I was petrified to start with, but then the more they were doing, I was like, oh, okay, they actually want to do it.
yeah. And I know
But
like
I was
once
like,
I
when
do it,
people-
yeah, see, that's amazing, but I know like the first 10 minutes I'll be sweating.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, I already know. But then like I know how I am, so like once I'm like in the groove, my mind is elsewhere.
Yes.
But it's
yeah.
just like getting there.
Sure.
Because even if I just have 2 people here and they're brand new, I have anxiety the whole day until I come in.
Yeah.
Cause it's like 2 new people I have to introduce myself to, but then after, footwork's over, I'm fine.
Yes.
It's just like that initial few minutes of like warming up to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I used to not be able to sleep the night before I'd have a new client.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, so yeah, I mean, have you done anything like that since you've done the MAT class?
No, it was, the Inspiring Children's Foundation, they're based at Lake Las Vegas and they do retreats.
Oh, okay.
And I have a lot of, people that work for them, so they're like, oh, you should do this, and I'm like, sure, and then. Why did you just, it's like, sure, like, it's no big deal, like, okay. So, yeah, I'm stressing the whole time.
Do you get nervous at work still?
No.
Because it's probably just so ingrained
Yeah,
at this
no,
point, yeah.
Probably nothing.
I remember how that got. Yeah, and I mean, that's how, it can become once you're doing the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
like if we're talking about performing, while you're not talking, and you're with a group of people, you still have a different audience every night, so, yes, it's different when you're up there and the people are looking at you and talking, and that's why, like, I think a lot of shy people become performers, like dancers and synchronized swimmers and gymnasts, because so they don't have to talk, so they don't have to to an audience, but because it's hard, it's not, that's why not everybody does it, that's why you don't see everybody out doing what you want to do, because it's not, it is the number one thing that people fear. One of the things they fear the most is that of being in front of people. So let's go through, well, let me do the promotion real quick. We'll get through this. So the point of the promotion, and this does have to do with presentation as well, is to confidently talk about, share, and invite others into your workshop. And if it's free, then you don't have any worry about, like, let's talk about that. How do you feel uncomfortable? Like when you, do you take the payments, or do you take the payments? How does it work here?
I get paid. Like, what do you mean? Like, how
So
do
do you tell your client, like, here, it's this much, or is that already taken care of through the studio?
Suzanne.
Yeah,
So but you are the one that has to say,
most of them come in already paid.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So, but have you ever had that? I mean, does that, you've gone through that, I'm sure, where you're taking somebody's
Yeah,
payment
yeah,
and saying,
yeah.
this is how much it is. And is that ever, has that ever been uncomfortable?
I think when I first started working here, I was like kind of awkward about it. And I think also because I think most people are used to studios where there's like a front desk and someone's dealing with it, and here
Right.
it's just like different.
Yeah.
I sometimes they're like, oh, like, who do I talk to? I'm like, no one, just like, scan that and then pay, and they sometimes, like, especially in the beginning, because I would say it awkwardly and I can, if I'm being awkward, they're gonna be awkward.
Right.
So it's like, I felt like sometimes I think some people thought I was being like shady, because I'm like, just scan that and pay, everything, we can start working out. So, but now it's fine. I'm like,
Good.
"Oh, just scan that." Everything's good, but I was definitely awkward in the beginning,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so as far as something being free, then it's pretty easy, you're giving it for free, you feel like you're getting the value. So the challenge then would be what? If people are getting it for free, what do you think the challenge would be as far as the buy-in, like getting people
Yeah,
there?
So like when they're used to having something free, it's like, okay, why would I pay next time?
Okay, Yeah.
If you already could do it for free.
okay,
So that was
Yeah.
the one thing my husband and I were also talking about, was like, okay, well, you might attract people who only want to do it for free or very cheap, and it might be hard for you to then gain real clients afterwards, and I could
good point.
definitely see that.
Yeah.
So that was something we were talking about, but I think these types of specific workshops, I don't care to like gain forever clients from that, I just want to
Okay,
just
yeah.
like simply educate
There we go, love that.
for that, yeah.
Love that. Okay, so that's a good point. So what's the what's the motivation behind the workshop? Like, are you the long-term outcome? So for you, so like free,
Yeah.
it can be for just community,
Yeah.
educate community. Give back to the community. So that's like a form of like giving back. Then you also have the free where you have an offer at the end, where you do ask people to, this is where I work or whatever. And I'm sure you can do that too, but you just want to be clear with what your intention. That's what it is. The intention is so that you're not disappointed if you don't get people that want to come work out with you. And again, you're not going to know until you actually do it and you feel people out and you see who's coming. So the next problem though is going to be them showing up. So because people these days, it's really easy to have an excuse to not show up to something if they haven't paid for it or if they haven't committed. So one way that you can get people to commit is you have a sign up online, something like that, where they put in there, you always want to, you have an email list, right? For this studio?
I have it on the Bazaar app. I don't.
Oh, okay. Okay, but you collect emails because of the people that they pay. Okay. So
I don't haven't paid on the app.
Okay.
The app takes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I'm not like that.
Got it. Okay, but at least you've got your clients' emails. Okay. So that's one thing that you could do is just to have people sign up very easy. There's lots of different ways you can do it. I could show you easy ways to get people to sign up online. You say that there's so many spots like that you have to. Otherwise, as you're like, here, just come.
Yeah.
You have to be very specific with people. You could even do an incentive, like you had talked about with the bundle, on Amazon, and I can share. I need to. I do have a resource guide for Amazon, like where I get all the props and stuff in the course, but I need to add the TheraBands. I got so I taught my son's basketball team, little 14-year-old kids are so funny, but I got them all resistance bands and the little small balls. And I was able to get like 50 yards of the resistance band for like $13 or something. Yeah, like good. So you can do something like that and say limited quantity to get people to come. People always want free, that's cool, The little balls, you can get those for same, like just, you have to like blow them up yourself, but they come in like a pack, little balls. And then of course, the little small balls, they're just like little pinky play balls. Those are kind of pricey, like, I mean, if what pricey is relevant, I guess, but like for 30 of them, it's like, you know, $30 or something. They're $1 each. And so anyway, so those are some ideas for making sure people show up. Okay. What else with promotion? Yeah, you're not promoting you, this will help you, I think. We're promoting the transformation versus promoting yourself. This also goes along with the offer, like, and when it comes to charging, that you're not charging for your worth, you're charging for the client's transformation.
Yeah.
That's been really helpful with me to like I never understood that, and I always felt uncomfortable charging, because hasn't that always been like the industry standard? Charge what you're worth. That's what they tell you. Is that what you were taught? No?
I mean, people say that to me, but it's hard to,
Right.
and then people are like, oh, you're so expensive, because and then I look online, I'm like, no, I'm not, like, if you actually looked around. Like,
Who said you're expensive?
I've had clients,
Really? How much, what is your,
private is 75.
yeah, that's
And
not,
I've had people charge 150 for private.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, my son is calling me. Everybody knows I have a workshop. They just call me anyway. So anyway, as far as, yeah, we're charging for the transformation. It's all focused at that, what they're getting out of it. Okay, so presentation skills. Just as a little side, we've got all the ways that you can promote it on here, okay? Promoting it in the studio, promoting it through a newsletter. Instagram is gonna be probably I mean, I guess do you know how to get a hold of
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so as long as you have a place, Facebook groups, referrals, obviously, you know, make sure people come that, you know, just to support you. I'd be happy to come if you would want me there. I don't know if that would make, I don't know
No.
if you wouldn't want me to come, but,
I wouldn't know.
okay, good. So I'm happy to do that for your first one to be there for you. Okay. Okay, so presenting. So again, this is the part, right, that we kind of let's get nervous about. One thing we tend to do is like get overwhelmed with all the things we could teach. And so that's why being specific is really important to know that you don't, in that 6 or 90 minutes, you're obviously not going to teach them everything. So it's like, what can you teach them? What's the one goal for that one mom? What's the one outcome? So knowing exactly who you're speaking to, planning template, break your sessions into clear segments. So we'll just do like example segments. We've got the welcome. Okay, and then PPI, it's the welcoming warm up, welcome and connection. Okay. So people want to, you know, if you feel like you want people to go around, say, you know, how many kids whatever the connection is. And we already talked about, yeah, educate and demonstrate. And then of course, movement. And then, wrap up. Okay, so call to action. So that's just, what do you want them to do after? That's important. That's kind of like the, you know, the follow-up, like what is the intention? So, what ideally would you want them to do after the workshop?
Yeah, At least connect with the breathing.
Oh, good, okay.
You know, that's something I think it's so easy for everyone. Like an easy goal for any woman, whatever kind of schedule they have, is breathing, we breathe nonstop all day. So, I think it's a simple goal for anyone, because, you know, people who go to these free events, there's all ranges of like people who never work out, people who do work out. So that was like my main thing I wanted to get out of this, is that everyday breathing, connecting to the diaphragm, core, pelvic floor.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I love that. As far as visual aids, so is there anything that you've learned that has helped you visually, like as a
Like, so whenever I was doing hypnobirthing classes when I was pregnant, and I think about it still, it's like the actual action of breathing, like when you're breathing, what's it
Oh,
actually
okay.
doing? Because I think when someone normally is thinking, you're not thinking how the breath is actually going down. You know,
yes.
So,
Yeah.
like with hypnobirthing, to breathe out your baby, it's called the J breath. Because if you think about it, you're breathing like a J, like it's going down, and then with birthing, going up like a J. So
Love it.
that's kind of how even people who aren't pregnant to
Mhm.
get to their breathing, is to think of what's actually happening with breathing. Like your breath is actually going down into your lungs. So you should feel that sensation.
So you could have a picture or just draw, with the maybe on the handouts
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the arrow,
Mhm.
something like that. That might be helpful.
Yeah, I think my hypnobirthing coach, I think she gave us a handout that had like an abdomen and like you saw the J,
Cool, cool.
you know.
Yes, very cool. Love that. Okay. So, yeah, so that's some more tips, is to have the visual or physical aids. I have a whiteboard here, having, the handouts, creating a cheat sheet. So again, that's something that you can give them. During practicing out loud. So definitely wanting to practice with someone, like giving it to someone, or maybe videoing yourself doing it. And then this isn't written down, but going over it before you go to sleep, like visualizing yourself going through the whole thing before you go to sleep, is really powerful in delivery the next day. During the workshop, I got a bunch of tips here, repeating key messages. So don't be afraid to repeat things, using simple language. So that's one thing we have to remember with, depending on the audience, is simplicity, like fourth grade language, not to insult people, but so people understand. I guess if your audience is doctors and you're, teaching high, if you're teaching like something with biology, anatomy, and everybody understands, that's different than a group of moms who maybe one is a doctor, but maybe one isn't. So it's just a matter of being clear. And even like if there's language that they probably don't know, that could be something to put on the cheat sheet, like words you'll be using, something like that. Asking questions, that's a big one. So feeling, so where do you feel this? So one of the things Sarah Duvall confirmed, she's Core Exercise Solutions, she's the owner of Core Exercise Solutions, and she has the pre and postnatal corrective exercise specialist program. She confirmed, like, if there's one thing that you want to find out, or you want to ask your clients or make sure that your clients are doing is that they're feeling the exercise in the right place. This probably has a lot to do with what you do, with where people have developed patterns of movement that is they're compensating. And so maybe, you know, they've been feeling their knee the whole time, or maybe they need to be feeling their glute a little bit more. And so right away, making sure people feel it where they're supposed to feel it is a very simple physical aspect of what we're doing. And then gather feedback afterwards. So like a call to action. This is really important for if you want to make this workshop something that's ongoing is, you know, just have people, what's one takeaway that you have from this? And then you could even ask them to wherever they connect with you, you know, let me know in a few days if this is working for you. And then those become your testimonials or success stories. So then that's how then basically what you're doing, we call it like a beta. It's a test. It's a test. And so once you go through it the one time, then you have some data from the participants, from what you've done, and you can make it, maybe you can make it paid at one point, you know, who knows? So maybe you can record it and have it as a recording for people that can't be there, or, you know, so, okay. So we did the planet, which a lot of this, again, I mean, do what you would do, be creative. I have, like I said, all of these amazing pages and pages of workshop samples. We've got some time to look at them. So let's look at some of these. If find it, you guys can come over here and look. Salma, you are a trooper. She's still here. How much coffee do you drink, Salma?
2 cups of coffee, and I drink. I don't know if you know it. Like it's a mix of herbs called matta. It's like an Argentinian matta.
Atha. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an Argentinian drink.
Okay.
So yeah, so it has a lot of caffeine.
Caffeine. Yep.
Yeah.
I put, caffeinated water.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Cool, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I just drink water and it has caffeine. Yeah, I've got
Oh.
a major caffeine addiction for sure.
Yeah.
Like I have to make myself stop drinking at a certain time of day. Otherwise, like I can't sleep at night. I started a very bad habit with Dutch Bros. Did you guys ever have you had Dutch Bros? My daughter was like super into it. I would Starbucks, like I'm like all about Starbucks. I used to, yeah. But I have stuff at home now, you know, the iced coffee, everything. And but Dutch Bros has this drink and it has its own energy. It's called Rebel Energy, and you can like put it in the drink and you can get any like flavor, and it's called Aftershock. It's like lime and strawberry, and you can get it blended, and it's like so good and juicy. And it's so weird because like I've never been like I'm always into coffee. Like I like coffee, like iced coffee. But I tried this one time, and I think it's because it's summer, you know, and it's like, oh my God, it's so anyway, yes, caffeine is great. So wait, come over here so you guys can see this. You can see that, Selma. So, and here, okay, so FYI, this is from ChatGPT. I just put it into the planning guide for pre and for pregnancy Pilates impact stuff. And then look what else it has in the Google Doc. So you can just go to all these things. But anyway, so for athletic, pregnant or postpartum women, you've got a goal, you've got who it's for, the extras that you can do, like ideas for women new to exercise, sample titles, the goals, foundations, here's the tips, extras, ideal, who it's ideal for, movement, bingo. That sounds fun. Oh, I would love to do like a bingo for you guys for like, specifically for teachers who are going through the program. But wouldn't that be cool to do? Like, I've done this in other courses where everybody does a bingo board and, you know, it's things that you have to do, like go teach an everyday movement to a mom in Target or something, like I've done before. I always see, do you guys ever do that? Like, I'm like, I see a mom like, you know, and they think I'm so weird, but I'm like, I have to do this because, you know, it's like you have this education and it's like, why would you not? Like, if you see somebody struggling right there, like, they can think you're weird or not, whatever, but at least you've tried to show them something, right? That, you know? Yeah, they do. Yeah. I mean, most of the time, you know, most of the time people are gracious, you know, grateful. That's been my experience. So, I mean, you always want to be like, you always ask first, you know, like, this is what I do. And I can help you so much if I just want to teach you this really quick trick that you can do anywhere. And it should help your back. And they're, you know, look at you kind of weird, like, and like, okay, you know, and I just teach them, hug the baby real quick. It's so crazy. Like, so many people that don't understand that, that don't understand that that's a safe thing to do, you know? Okay. So, anyway, so these are just like shorter ones. Now we've got actually some bigger ones. So planning, template, we've got title, who's the group, the length, the format, workshop goals, key topics, movements, materials needed, take home, call to action. So call to action. So another example of a call to action is, what do you want them to do when it comes to you and following up with you? So like for a free workshop, maybe you want them to enroll in the 4-week follow-up approach, something like that. So then here's like, now it's going to go through all of the examples that it just gave, and it's going to give you a format for like a follow-up sequence. Women new to exercise, what you could do with them. So what else? Here's a script where it's like telling you everything that you can do with them. So to come up with your workshop, you can put in specifically what your ideas are, and it can spit something out for you to help kind of keep you in order. So anyway, that's the example there. And then we have for other populations, this was really cool. Pilates for beginners, desk job detox for office workers, core and restore, just basic Pilates for runners, cyclists, golfers, mommy and me, couples. I thought that was cool. Move together. Here's a mat Pilates in the park, and community picnic. That might be cool to have them like bring a snack or something, or have snacks for them, right? Balance and bones, Pilates for healthy aging, breath and band, Pilates with props, and seasonal. So, you know, spring into strength or winter wellness. Let's talk about that now. When are you planning on doing this?
I was thinking fall, whenever it's like nice.
Nicer, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so let's talk about that then. Because because it's so easy to, when it's like really far away, it's like not as scary. So let's talk about a date. Let's everybody set a tentative date. So like in Las Vegas, it's October-ish. Yeah. So like, are you traveling or anything? Like, so you want to think about those things. We really want to start to think concretely about like, what is realistic? What day of the week? What time? So, okay, so we're talking October.
Maybe it's Sunday.
That would be good, yeah. And then, what time?
If it's October, I feel like we can even get away with like. Even like 10 a.m. in the morning, because they'll warm up a little bit, because it already gets a little chilly in the morning.
Oh,
So I feel like 10 a.m.
What about people that go to church?
Ooh. Try about that.
If you want, I mean, if you
No,
want.
for sure, but that is something to think about,
Yeah.
because there's like a few churches right by where I live.
So I find out what time those churches get out,
Yeah.
and then like, usually it's like 9 to 10:30, and then
Yeah.
like 11 to
That's actually-
1 or something. So like 11-ish might even be,
Yeah,
then they, just run over.
yeah. The weather's still nice.
What, do you want them to be wearing?
I was just gonna do like a flyer and just do workout clothes and a mat. That's all they need to bring. Well, and water.
Okay, workout clothes though. A lot of people can't, what if they're, not comfortable in like, in tights or whatever, and that's what they visualize, and then that keeps them from coming. So that's what you want to think about too.
So
is like-
comfortable clothes and
Yeah.
workout clothes.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say
Okay.
athletic,
Athletic, yeah.
athleisure, yeah. Athleisure, yes, that's it.
You sounded so American.
You did. You said there are so
Yeah.
perfectly. My son has a really bad, he can't say his R's. And so we always, like say like that he's just like, Australian or, from the UK, because he can't pronounce his R's. Very, it always sounds like, oh, and that's not really. Athleisure, or, comfortable, Okay, and then, so another thing that, you'll want to just note is in the business bonus section at the end of the Pregnancy Flags Impact Academy modules is the 7 ingredients to the irresistible offer. That's not what I call it. I need to call it that. It's actually the perinatal packages with purpose. That's the name of the lesson, but that's where I teach you that. And then I have a sample flyer.
Okay.
There's a sample flyer. It's a Canva template. You can go and copy it and then just plug in your picture, your stuff, free, whatever. So Elena's gonna do her workshop in October on a Sunday at around 11 a.m.
I'll be.
Okay. Deal.
Oh, yay.
Deal.
Okay, yeah, well,
Fit.
let's talk about that for a minute, because I totally like just understood that you like to bake. Like
Oh.
just saw your other Instagram post that
Oh.
like your Instagram channel that you bake.
Sometimes, not as much as I used to, because
Okay, but that's something that you,
yeah,
love
I
to
did my
do.
friend's wedding thing.
yeah, very cool.
That's my next project, Baker's Bakery.
Okay,
Amazing.
But
have it next
I
door.
don't do the show.
Yeah. Okay, so good, so,
Yeah, I
so
saw that.
cookies,
Away though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we'll make, okay, so we'll plan on,
Love it.
and, so you're gonna look in the, business. I don't know if it's business bonus or bonus business,
I'll figure it out.
business, in PPI Academy. And it's the profitable perinatal packages with purpose. But yeah, I mean, I'll see you obviously before then, so, okay. Okay, Selma, you are a rock star. She's like, thank you so much for being
Yeah.
here. Everybody else
Yeah,
left
sure.
already. Selma, has this helped you to come up with some ideas for what you want to do? And do you have a plan of when?
Well, yes, it's very helpful. Now, a plan, I'm not sure if I can do it this year because there is some issues in the work, so it need to be solved. I think after that, I can focus more on doing this type of workshops.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is one step? So I'm assuming for you, I mean, is this something you want to pursue, or is this just more like an exercise for you? The workshop. Okay, okay. Okay, so right now you're just going to support Elena and what she's doing. Okay, so then you can be kind of her yeah, like support as far as, and I will, of course, too, as far as actually you taking the steps to get this going. So what is one bold step that you will take this week to get this going? And you too, Selma. Well, you said next year, so, but let's, I mean, what would be the next?
Well, actually, this year, me and Shahad, we are working on promoting ourselves more through
Oh,
social media. So I think this is the bold thing that I am going to do this year.
good, okay.
Yeah. So just creating unique ideas to communicate with our clients.
Good, okay.
Yeah. So I think the next step after that is doing different workshops for not only for the clients, even for the other instructors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, 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 and we need to work on that. I mean, whatever help that you want from me.
Yeah.
In, okay, good. But so I think for your bold step, well, as far as this week, what can you do with social media this week?
Well, I'm not sure.
Hey,
Yeah.
go watch the Selfless social media it's in the same place.
Yeah.
Okay, Selfless
Okay.
social media. Have you watched that yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, so watch that, because it will give you ideas on where to start.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
Yes, I
basically
will.
educational content, thought or perspective shifting content, and like life, like every day.
Yeah, we are trying to, sharing the educational information, but in funny ways or in,
Anyways, okay.
yeah, it's not
I
like,
need to look I need to look at your account.
we will see because I think we were working on it for more than 2 months and still nothing is happening because I'm busy, Shahid busy. So it's like our schedule is it's not coming together. So we are trying to do our best this month to do something and to put it in our account.
Okay,
So of course, when I will do it, inshallah, I will share it with you.
okay.
Yeah,
Is there something you can do this week?
this week.
One share on Instagram that aligns with the goal of education.
Mm.
A saying, a statement, something like that.
I'm not sure. I
Let's-
cannot
I know
think
it's-
about anything right now, but yeah.
let's do, I mean, have a good night's sleep, and then this week, if you can commit to doing just one post, one education post this week, then you will have made one step forward.
Yeah, we are planning to do this. So hopefully, yeah, hopefully I can do it this week. I'm not sure,
Okay.
but we are going to do it, inshallah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, and then Elena,
Yes.
what are you doing this week? What's the
Mm,
one step that you'll take?
I guess I could reach out to both my HOA and Cadence.
There you
about,
go.
Like what it entails to do this. So I think at Cadence Park, I don't think I have to contact anyone,
Okay,
but they do host so many events at that park.
good.
that I
Okay.
should just reach out and see.
Yes. That is a perfect So how do you keep track of the things you have to do?
My big calendar. I have to like physically write things.
Okay, should you set like a reminder, to do that, or you
No, I'll
remember
do
to
it,
do it?
yeah.
Okay. So you're reaching out to either your HOA and
Yeah,
and the other one to
Mhm.
see Cadence, okay. Good. And then what's one thing you can do to help her kind of get the ball rolling?
Yeah, just make sure I do it.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, just follow up. Following up is great. Okay, so has this been helpful?
Yeah.
As far as the movement goes, you guys already know that. I mean, that's why, like, I didn't do a whole bunch like movement. You guys know all that. It's the planning and presentation and then promoting is the thing. Flyers, OBGYN offices, things like that, places like that would be helpful. If you have people in the show, you know, that are, oh, cool. So they might be interested. Okay, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. If you're watching the replay, commit to one thing you're gonna do this week and let us know in the community what you're doing. And thank you so much for being here, Salma. And if you're watching the replay that you've watched up to this point, the whole purpose of this is that you can take your expertise, your education, and share it with the people that need it. And I'm grateful for you all, grateful for you, Salma. And have an amazing day. Salma, stay here. I'm just going to stop recording.